Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino note by me. So let's get into it. The bustling city of Fontaine stretched out before you, its architecture a blend of elegance and technology. Water mechanisms decorating every corner. But then again, it was the city of Hydro. Walking hand in hand with Arlecchino, you couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and contentment. Despite her fearsome reputation as the knave, with you, she was a little bit different. Softer, although she was no less intense in her own emotions. Perhaps her intensity was just a part of her, and would show up in every emotion and every aspect of her life. Not that you mind. You find it very much like her, and you do love her. So of course you would love how intense she is as well. Stay close to me, Arlecchino murmured, her grip tightening slightly on your hand as the crowd passed by. You chuckled softly, looking up at her. You know I won't wander off, right? It is not about wandering off, she replied, her eyes scanning the surroundings. It's about others knowing that you're with me. I don't want anyone getting any ideas. Your heart fluttered at her possessiveness. It was one of the many things that you had come to love about the way she was. She always made you feel safe and cherished, and so easily too. It was like it came naturally to her, just to make you feel this way. So it was very endearing and charming. And as you walked through the streets, vendors called out, displaying their things. You stopped to pause at a stall that was selling intricate clockwork trinkets, your eyes catching on a delicate silver watch. Do you want it? Arlecchino asked, her voice soft like a whisper. And you looked a little bit nervous. You didn't want to make her buy you a lot of stuff. Arlecchino already spoiled you more than enough. You didn't want to take advantage of that. I mean, I think it's pretty, but it's not necessary. That's nonsense, darling. If you want it, it's yours. Arlecchino countered, pulling out a pouch of Mora. And then she went to the window, paying. And before you could protest, the transaction was already complete, and she was fastening the watch around your wrist. She held your hand again, leading you away from the stall, her eyes softer when they met yours. Thank you, you said, leaning into her. Anything for you, she replied, her tone warming. And as you continued your stroll, you noticed a few people glancing your way. And perhaps there were some people who were glancing with curiosity, while others did so with fear. It was clear that they recognized her, and you couldn't help but wonder what they thought of seeing her being so tender with you. Why do you look so lost in thought? She asked, snapping you out of that train of thought, her thumb gently rubbing the back of your hand. I was just thinking about how different you are with me, you admitted, deciding not to beat around the bush. She stopped, turning to face you fully. What do you mean? With others, you're the knave, someone to be feared, a harbinger, scary. But with me, you're softer. Her eyes searched your own, a small smile playing on her lips. You're special to me. I don't care what anyone else thinks or feels. All that matters is your happiness, she says, making you blush. She was not usually affectionate, and she was not someone who could be labeled as flirty, too. So whenever she said something as sweet as that, there was no wonder that your heart would be fluttering within your chest. It was rare, a delicacy that you were going to savor, and your heart was swelling right now with the way she looked at you and her beautiful words. And you wrapped your arms around her, pulling her into a hug. I love you, he whispered. She sighed softly. She would only let you do that if no one else was around, and she was glad that no one was watching you too. As much as she didn't care, she also had a reputation and an image to keep as the harbinger. I love you too, she replied, her voice firm and unwavering. And I won't let anyone come between us. The rest of the day passed by in a blur of laughter, mostly her own, accompanied by her soft chuckles, and stolen kisses when no one else was looking, and shared moments of tenderness. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over Fontaine, you found yourselves at a quiet spot overlooking many of the canals. Arlecchino pulled you close, her arm wrapped protectively around your waist. Today was a very nice day, my own. I will cherish it, she murmured. Me too, but we can have many more days like that if you want. You should rest from time to time too, you replied, resting your head on her shoulder. She chuckled softly. You're right. I will try to keep that in mind for the future. And you tilted your head up, capturing her lips in a gentle kiss. Here's to us, you whispered softly, and she smiled. To us, indeed. And as the stars began to twinkle above you too, you knew that no matter what, you and Arlecchino were fated to be. And that was one thing in your life that you would always feel blessed for.